And if you get there early enough, like you're gonna hold. And I don't think Carolina's a terrible Rio team. I think they've played it a couple times. They look decent at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. 6-star is just we're still figuring out how to play it ourselves or how to like what it looks like on the mini map. So I can only imagine that some teams are just gonna like look good at it now, but I guarantee that like some of these weaker teams as the stage develops, like they're not gonna be as good as you might think.
Well, people are going to feel out how they want to. Again, everyone wants to play 6-star and this. Everyone wants to get reps, but then we get to the middle of the stage and people are like, okay, here's my game plan to attack this team. Not playing them on these maps. If we end up playing Karachi 3 times in a series, so be it. Like that's the thing we're going to get to probably by week 3 or 4 in some of these situations.
Yeah, but let's hop in. Let's watch some clips from the series. We do start things off on a 6-star Hardpoint. It is the new map. Has been a lot of fun to watch. I will say, guys, 6-star has been a very good map. I feel like we've all been enjoying watching something different. Wanted to talk about the P1 break here from Carolina. I feel like we should take a look at some of these hills. We didn't really take a look at P1 yesterday, but what do you guys think is the best way to break it? Carolina actually did a really good job here. Or sorry, the best way to hold it for Seattle, because Seattle ended up getting mowed down here and getting broken. It looks like they just break right through stairs, which it just looks too easy for Carolina. Now, I know that Seattle did go on to win this map. Just want to show some mistakes that I saw throughout the map. What do you guys think is the best way for Seattle Surge to hold this P1 when it's going from a P5 to a P1 here?
Does Carolina have a trophy in around the bottom desk, Tom?
There's one in the mid hall underneath the balcony. I saw at the end of the clip right there, but there wasn't one in the hill because there's a frag grenade on my boy's forehead.
Yeah, I don't see a trophy, which could definitely be a big problem here. Gwyn does get an aid kill here, and he gets his nade on a Booza here, able to find a blood. TJ finds one, and they kind of just storm through mid and work some trades, and it's all over. What do you think, Sam? How would you hold if you're Seattle? Would you try and keep pressure on old if you're Seattle?
I think you do.
That's where I was going, Sam. That's where I was going with it.
Because they're kind of just pinning themselves in here. They have a lack of info. Like they're not like the only info they have is like they're not hitting whatever lane that they're in, like close to the hill. I think if they had played through one of the sides of P5 and kind of gotten guaranteed info, the arrows wouldn't look as sporadic with entries, and the trophy is obviously just an unfortunate tack kill for the break. But yeah, I agree. Just like repinching, maybe like 4 hitting mid vent prior to this happening, or just somebody like that getting pressure on P5.
Yeah.
Whenever your hills are like this close together in proximity to each other on a rotation, you have to forcefully play exits, and like almost like you don't want like not necessarily commit to like hitting old, but like making sure that you put pressure on it and account for any of the players exiting the point, because you reduce your chances of getting like repinched through like a long route.
Yeah,
Let's say if Gwyn opted to take a route there, or you just like you're gonna cut off these kills anyways. And I think the water side of the map is way more important on this hill than having, let's say, the U
statue
is what
side?
people call it.
Statue
side. Like the stairs are just like a power position. A lot of the time you can pretty much cut off everyone from there. So yeah, they should have probably pressured that a little bit more, and they might have actually had some more success.
Yeah, I think pressuring old, I agree with you, Chris. I think when you put pressure there, you get the info from it, and it kind of just eliminates a few places where they can be in. It just simplifies everything. You know what I mean? So good. See if Seattle can work on that. But then Seattle, they keep it pushing. We go into the next hard point. This was a P3 hill. There's actually a listen in here, and I don't know if you guys caught it. Some people were saying that fellow was stair glitching here and that I should have been throwing out a red card here. I must have missed it. So we'll see if we see it here during this P3 hard point.
I believe it was when 04 was shooting him in the back when he stopped shooting. I think that's what they were talking about.
Which is about to pop up right any second here. 04 is about to make a play. But this P3 hard point, this has been causing people problems. This is probably one of the main hills on this map. Sam, I know you've been pretty vocal about P3 being a really easy hill to hold on this map. Yeah. I mean, what do you think teams are going to have to start doing to break this hill? And we'll take a look and see if Tyler Fellows... Oh, is that him over there? Is that him right there, stair glitching away? That's him?
Correct.
Yeah.
That is him stair glitching his ass off.
Ladies and gentlemen, that might be a red card. That might be a hard red here. It might be. You didn't see that, Chris? Right here. Look, 04 comes through mid-cut, turns the corner, and look at Tyler Fellow. Look at him.
Perpendicular on them stairs.
Yeah.
To be fair, even if he's like standing, if he's like laying up there where he's not stair glitching it, where he's just prone, like it's the same gunfight. Like the guy that's mantling has 0 chance of killing him. So like, it really doesn't matter. But also, didn't like Brezzy or like somebody on Seattle like stair glitch the fuck out of like Carolina in one of their matches? He's getting some revenge.
Maybe.
Chris, probably Chris, but unfortunately due to VAR,
The fuck?
Oh my god.
You
Ben
actually
is
got a
blowing
whistle?
his
You actually
whistle.
got a whistle?
yeah, I got a whistle now.
Oh, Jesus
Ben has a
fucking
whistle.
Christ. This guy's actually got a whistle and a red card. It's comedy. But yeah, you can see how it kind of all unfolded and how Carolina was able to hold. I mean, they had a big hold here on this P3, and it was honestly a perfect setup. You see Seattle, they try to make plays around the back, and then once those kills come in, they just funnel front. Like Carolina has Seattle spawning front, and there's really nowhere that they can go. And they end up getting just a really big hold here on the P3. So that keeps the game close. That gets Carolina a pretty massive lead there. Then we get into the next hard point. Seattle does it right back. This gets really gruel. This turns into a grueler here towards the end of it. We go over to the P5, and this is just a perfect break here from Seattle. So I'm going to pause it here. We're going to take a look at the setup here. Seattle break this hard point, and they do it by all wrapping P2 and trying to make plays through P2. We'll show you guys how it kind of unfolds. Somebody gets picked here, and it's Gwyn who gets picked out of water. Gwyn can't get picked there, in my opinion. If you're the guy in the pool hill, you can't die. You have to stay alive, bro. Especially because it's hard to kill people in the water when you're down low swimming or staying behind the flower planter here. I mean, it's just, he dies, and I think the whole setup went to it. So I think Gwyn can't overchow there. Yep.
Can we go back and look at their setup? Like, I just want to see where all the arrows are. Because, like, if he puts himself in that spot, like, yeah, everyone's just way too spread. He
Way too
needs to
spread.
not. He can't die.
They have a
period.
lot of info though here, Chris. They know mid-map is clear. They know nobody's pinching. The only place that Seattle could be coming from at this time is where Gwyn was looking at. And I would have much rather just seen Gwyn and Clay play some crossfires because they just both die and they don't get any kills here. I feel like if anything, you want Seattle to run out and you want to pick up easy kills, and instead they kind of overchow there in the rotation and they're chalked.
They're so worried about the pinch. And if you go back real quick to their setup, like the guy that's in you, essentially, like I don't know the timing of it. I just wanted to go back a little bit more before you see their setup.
Yeah, sure.
Like right when they get off the point.
Number 7, TJ was in mid for a while. TJ was in mid for a minute.
So he gets this kill, right?
Yeah, he stays around mid.
This kill.
He stays there.
So he's just playing the cutoff on you. Number 6 is still looking for a pre-pincher. Number 7 should have been maybe a little bit more proactive in looking around here. That way he cuts that off. And then, Gwyn should have they had two people essentially watching the same thing. Because I think number 6 is watching a deep pinch. But unless TJ gets terrible timing and like the guy has super fast boots on like the Flash, like that pinch is going to be irrelevant. Like they should have been focusing front there.
Yeah, agreed. Sam, you got any thoughts on it? Pat, Ben, any thoughts on that setup there?
It's just Gwyn dying. I think he was just like trying to play an angle to like catch someone off guard, but being in the water is a power position on this hill because it's just like you said, it's how hard it is to kill you. So I think like he was just trying to play a cheeky spot with like the planter and being prone on the ledge. But if he's in the water here, I actually don't mind the setup at all. I think 7's like in a good spot to cut off mid, like you said. 6 can help mid stairs as well as Clay's angle if Clay eventually falls. The only opening on the setup is if Gwyn dies, and he just picked a bad spot.
Yeah.
How long till that hill moves? Do we know?
Nah, I mean
I thought that was confirmed.
I'm pretty sure it is moving.
They were open to moving it.
They were, yeah. So I was on a call.
I thought they were actually moving it.
No, see, I was the one that broke the news about it because I was on a call and they said that they know that they may be kind of pushed by the community to move it, so they're open to it. They're not dead set on the pull hill, but the pull hill they want to see how it plays. So.
I think if you're looking at the tac map on the bottom left corner,
until we watch the Phase Optic series and watch the pool.
I think where number 5
How long can you
would be a
stay
good spot.
underwater? That's my question.
Pat, it feels like you can stay under there
Bro,
forever. But Michael Phelps in that
motherfucker. Shots under there for 20 seconds.
I think it's like 10 or 15 seconds.
That's insane.
That's crazy. I think that's the biggest thing. They need to like reduce the amount of time somebody can hold their breath underwater.
You should instantly die if you go underwater.
Yeah, agreed.
It's like old code.
But you can see there, once Seattle breaks that hard point, that pretty much ultimately led to them winning the map. So it's just a really big break there at the end of the game. Carolina got to go back, watch that one, make sure it doesn't happen again. Then we move over to the search and destroy. First round, or sorry, not the first round. 3-3. The first round I have here for you guys is in the middle of the map. This was there was actually the game ended. That's why the scoreboard looks a little weird to you guys. They had to end the game for some problems. I think Abuza had streaks and it was kind of chalked. But Abuza, 0-4 makes the play here. He finds one city, slides the corner, finds another one dark, just wanted to show some highlights here from the new member 04 and what this guy can do in Surge because he's not afraid to
04,
hit
Tom.
gaps.
0404. What's the game?
Oh, I don't know. I literally
zero.
don't.
I think it's 0-4.
Is 04?
It's 04, but people call him 04.